welcome back inside our proactive newsroom. And joining me now is Paul Wood, the CEO of BTU Metals. And Paul, it's good to have you back again. How are you?
Great to be back. Very good to see you. Got two important pieces of news to discuss with you. Looking forward to sharing that story.
Yeah, absolutely. We're talking about basically the exploration program for 2021. But before we get into sort of the news of today, I want to take us back to last year because we're talking about TNT, and specifically there was some work done that really led into the story for this year.
Yeah, so to remind everybody, TNT, we were drilling for gold because we're contiguous to Great Bear, and there was an interesting sort of base metal phenomenon towards the southeast of our property. So we drilled a hole, and it was hole 13, which was our discovery hole, where we got 5.5% copper, 3 ounces of silver, and 2 grams of gold. So we chased that up with a few holes, and then we stopped to reevaluate to get the geochemistry piece of the puzzle into it. So we hired a professor, world-renowned Harold Gibson, and he worked together with Alan King, our geophysicist, and VP Exploration, Bruce Durham. And it's really the culmination of their work which has led us to these new exciting targets on the TNT area. Some of them are on traditional BTU ground, very near where we were already. And some of them are on the Pakwash North property, which you and I discussed a few weeks ago, which we ended up optioning from gold on. So we have numerous targets to test, both on our side and on the new property. And that's what's underway now.
Yeah, and so what type of work are we talking about? How long is it going to take? What's it encompassing?
Well, we're going to start with 2 holes, which are the ones near where the drill is already. We've been currently drilling for gold, so it's just convenient to do that. So this is all very fresh off the press, and there will be more kind of news and images to follow this. But in the very near future, we will be going and testing 2 areas, well, to the south of TNT.
Got it. It makes sense. There's also some holes that are in the lab right now, and these are kind of an interesting story as well, because we've talked about this part of it in the relation to what Great Bear is doing as well on their property.
Yeah. Well, so we have 2 very compelling pursuits. One is the gold, as we've got now 230 square kilometers pretty much surrounding Great Bear resources in Red Lake. Now, Great Bear has this LP fault, which is a long structure going from their northwest to the southeast. We have something which is very similar, which is at least 12 kilometers going from our southwest to the northeast and kind of meeting theirs. So we've drilled about 10 holes so far, in towards that apex of where those 2 structures meet. And these holes are, well, a couple of them are in the lab already, and our team is on site doing the logging of the rest of them and cutting and sampling in order to get them across the street to the SGS lab, which will be doing the assays for us right there.
Yeah, so it's super interesting. It would be great to get those results out for sure. Sounds like it's going to be a pretty busy season this year, Paul.
We've got some very important few weeks coming up on both pursuits, and so we're anticipating, as well as our shareholders, as to what those results might look like. In the core, the field team is calling me up and saying they're seeing arsenopyrite and quartz veining, which is all interesting. Of course, it's got to come in the lab, and that will be coming in the next, well, several weeks.
All right. Well, we look forward to getting those results, and we'll share them with everyone. Paul, thank you so much. We'll talk to you again in a few weeks.
It's a pleasure, and look forward to an update soon.
All right, there's Paul Wood, the CEO of BTU Metals.